Hey guys, Ravenclaw here, and this is part 2 to the BM Hunter Guide. Just want to quickly say thank you to everyone that's showed me some love on the first guide. Really appreciate it. So this is just a quick overview on how to play the Hunter, and hopefully you get some good tips and tricks out of it. And don't forget to join the Ravenclaw team by subscribing. And other than that, sit back and enjoy. Hey guys, it's your boy Ravenclaw back with part 2 to the BM Hunter Guide. Okay, so today I'm going to talk about how to do things in Arena. Before we went over what to do and why to do them, but I want you guys to have an understanding of how to use what I've shown you, okay, which I find a lot of guides out there don't really do. They just give you the basics and that's it. And you're left to wonder, why would they take that and how do they use it? This is what this is all about, guys. Now, in the last one, we went over talents and bits and pieces. So I thought we'd run through that and show you why I take them. And then at the end, we'll go over a few bits and pieces. I'll actually scattered throughout. I'll probably get distracted and tell you a few things and give you tips along the way. But let's just stick to the main part. So post haste, okay? Post haste is the one I take, okay? Simply because of the snare break, and you can get your distance, but you can also get that speed boost, okay? Now, it's great for chasing, depending on when I say chase, depending what, let's say, for example, the healer jumped away, I can leap back, get that speed boost to get a CC off, things like that. Or if I'm against a mage, I can just break out of their snares, gives me an extra speed boost to run off, which will come into play in one of these games, and I'll be able to show you that. The next one, obviously, Wyvern Sting. Now, you saw it early in this match. My other hunter takes a binding shot and I took Wyvern Sting. He binding shot the druid early in the game, so he was on DR, but then I Wyvern stung. Wyvern stung. Let's just say Wyverned. I Wyverned him, okay, to stop a cast. Okay, so there was no DR. Now, if it was a shaman, they could sit that whole 5 seconds sleep, allowing another trap, extra CC. Okay, that's why I take that. Now, especially with this comp, it's not a very viable comp, but we made it work for just good communication, really. Now, Spirit Bond. There's a match that's going to come into play, and I'm going to show you why Spirit Bond is important. Just remember that, guys. Write that down. The next tier is Thrill of the Hunt or Dire Beast. Now, the reason why I said don't take Dire Beast is because it can just get CC'd. It really can, and there's been many times where I've sent my pet and gone burst with Dire Beast, and the Dire Beast has just been the second pet, whatever you call it, was actually just kited, and it did nothing. So Thrill of the Hunt, you get into burst, right? You just get those procs. Great focus management, guys. Really good focus management. Okay, now for example, here's one of the tangents. I want to show you in Arena. It's all about setup, okay? And burst. I'm going to tell you about the burst, okay? Don't just burst for the sake of bursting, okay? As soon as your trinket comes up, just go, oh yeah, I got to burst, got to burst. No. You do it in the opener to force defensive cooldowns. Once you've got yourself in a good stronghold and you've got those defensive cooldowns, like in this match, we got a lot of the defensive cooldowns out of the priest, okay? You see I've got 5 stacks of focus fire. I pop everything, start just going to town onto that pally. Now over here, I go over to CC and just lock down the healer, get back into the match, keep bursting down, okay? But you can see, because we set up right, it worked out perfect. That's what it's all about. Don't burst for the sake of bursting. Talk to your team, get to the point where you've got your stacks up, you've got your burst ready, say, look, I'm ready to go, let's go. Two BM hunters doing that after you've set up, CC the healer out, you can just melt someone in 2 seconds. So remember that. Burst at the right time. Okay, back to talents. Okay, let's get out of there. Now, Stampede, never use in Arena, although there's some good news for Legion. You'll have to stay tuned to my next video, which I'm going to do on the Legion, all about Hunter and what they're all going to be doing in the Legion patch expansion. But that's for another video. Okay, Stampede, no. Blink Strikes, it's pointless. There's just no point to it. It is simply pointless, in my opinion. Okay, Murder of Crows, just great. Okay, it's a dot, firstly, which will go through a hunter's deterrence. Just keep ticking down. It could be they got a little bit of life left. You got those crows pecking at their face, dead. Which I think comes into play at one point. I'll be able to show you. I'll get distracted again. Now, last one is adaption. You've got to take adaption, guys. As a BM hunter, it just says, take me. It says, you're a BM hunter, take it. That's literally what it says. It does all that other stuff that it says in there. That's just a translation of saying, take it. Okay, because you can put your pet onto ferocity for the extra damage. You get the Heart of the Phoenix. So when they kill your pet, you just instantly respawn him. Okay, and you get basically all the buffs for every class. It's just, why wouldn't you take it? You know what I mean? Okay, here comes another tangent, alright? Now, in Arena, don't ever give up, guys. Ever. Don't ever give up, because you never know if you could score a kill. Here is a perfect example of that, okay? Feral is just going to town on my healer and just, well, does his job and destroys our healer. Okay, now he switched on to me. Really? I don't think so. We're not gonna lose this. We have to win this. Okay. Now watch. Watch what happens here. I get down to 10k health. Now let's get back to Spirit Bond. Okay. Here's why Spirit Bond's great. I was able to get away and see that heal ticking. That heal is ticking every second, 2 seconds. Okay. I get into camo, right? Mix that with camo. Look how much that heal's coming up. Now, here's post haste, right? Post haste, look how you can get away. I was able to just miss a CC from the hunter then because I had post haste. Remember this, guys. That's why you want to use it. Use it defensively and offensively, okay? You know, disengage into a fight and disengage out of fight like I just did then, okay? So that's why I take those talents. And I thought that's probably the best way I can show you how to use them. Okay. Now, the glyphs are, you know, they are what they are. So there's not much I can really show you in the way of the glyphs. I accept. Oh yeah, nah. Okay. Now, gear. Let's talk about gear and survivability. Okay. Gear and survivability. The reason why I picked the gear that I picked and I showed you guys is because, okay, as BM Hunter, you need to stack mastery. That's a given, okay? But I also like to stack versatility as much as I can, okay? Now, in the first guide, I showed you mastery as the enchants, but I switched that out recently to versatility, and it's now my versatility is on about 15% unbuffed. And the survivability is amazing. Plus, your all-around damage gets increased. Not just your pet, all-around damage. It's great. And I suggest you, like I said, just give it a try. If you don't like it, don't take it. It's up to you. Now, what I was mentioning about, you know, survivability and things like that is your camouflage, guys. As you saw in the last match, the reason why I went to camouflage is because it's not just to break combat or to hide. It's not. You can use that defensively in the sense that when you go into camouflage, you start getting healed for a crazy amount, guys. So remember to, if you don't need to go into stealth at the beginning, don't go into stealth. Save it for the moment that you need it. And keep your pet on track as well. Now, that's more so over the gear side of things. Now, when we went over ferocity and stuff, and you know the pet stuff, so we've already basically talked about that. Now let's talk about the pet in general, okay? And when to use the pet, okay? Or you know, not so much when to use it, but how to use it, how to utilize your pet, because at the end of the day, he's your best friend. Trust me, he is your best friend, and in Legion, he's going to be greater than he is now. Just saying. Okay, but all right, guys. Now, what do we do with our pets? Here's a great way to do good things with him. All right, so okay, let's talk about the opening. All right, so we've started a match. Okay, what I love to do is I don't like to rush in. I let my pet rush in. Okay? 2 things, and here's a story. I was up against a druid warrior, and I set my pet in at the beginning, and I was just doing kill command, kill command, kill command. I got him down to about to a quarter of his health, maybe 1/3 of his health, and it was enough to force the druid out of stealth before I'd even engaged him myself. So the druid was out. I was able to CC the druid straight away, and just then, another side of having them sent in, he built 5 stacks already. 5 stacks of focus fire. Then I was able to use the focus fire with my burst and just kill the warrior straight up. Thanks for coming. So remember that, guys. Don't be afraid to send your pet in first. Send your pet in. He's building stacks. So what if he dies? You just revive him. And remember, because we took adaption at the end, at the last tier talent, you get that Phoenix. You can just instantly revive him just there and then and keep just annoying them. Now, another thing is, I don't know if we've already passed this scene or not, but another match that I remember going into was like a mini turbo cleave. We were doing 2, so it was a warrior and a enhancement shaman. So the enhancement shaman put his fire totem, like fire elemental totem, at their starting zone. Okay, and because I was in camouflage and my feral druid was in camouflage, they couldn't see us. So what I did is I sent my pet straight into the totem. Got rid of the totem before the game even started. That just, little things like that, guys, can secure a win for you. Okay, so utilize your pet in that sense, offensively. Okay, now let's talk about our pet defensively. What we want to do is we want to keep our pet in check. Now, I don't know if I told you guys in the first guide that I keybind my pet. Okay, so what I mean by that is I keybind his attack and his pullback. So come to me. And the good things about that are I have full control over him then. I control who he's attacking and when I want him to come to me, or just to stay near us so I can get like some defensives off. Okay. Depending on how you want to play, it's up to you whether you want to keybind it, or if you like clicking, you can do that. But make sure you keep control of your pet. Okay. Now, for defensive reasons, what have we got? We've got a freedom, we've got roar of sacrifice, and depending on the pet you take, I always take Loke. Not always, but in situations you can see me with Loke most of the time. A spirit beast, because of that spirit heal. Now in this, obviously we've got 2 BM hunters. I took the spirit pet because he gives us mastery, and my other hunter took the dino for that mortal wounds debuff. But anyway, you want to keep your pet close. Okay, if you're getting burst down, you want to be able to keep your pet close to you to give you the roar of sacrifice. Or you're being slowed down by a warrior and you just want to get that distance, right? You then want to use your freedom on yourself. Get him close. Keep him in check. Always know where your pet is. Okay? If you know that he's coming in for there, he's coming over there, you'll be able to then maximize your burst. Like right here, my pet was on the shaman. I quickly switched my pet onto the hunter to force some cooldowns, like we obviously got the deter out of him. But it's all about main control. Use him offensively, use him defensively. That's a big thing for a BM hunter. Okay? Now, what I want to talk about now is it's just general gameplay. Okay? General gameplay and your team. Okay? Don't be discouraged, guys. Okay? If you're new, right? If you're watching this guide now and you've watched my first guide and you are new to the BM hunter and you're feeling quite intimidated by high level players, don't be, okay? The reason why they're high level players is because they've had so much practice. They're good at what they do, okay? But they had to start somewhere, okay? Don't give up on a class that you love to play because you feel like, oh, I'm not good enough, right? Don't do that. Everyone can be good enough. Just practice, and don't let anyone bring you down saying that you're not good enough. Okay, write it off. Keep going and having fun, guys. It's all about having fun. All right, so that aside, let's talk about gameplay. Now, you want to talk to your team. Okay, nobody gets to like 2500 plus by themselves. it's impossible. They have to go with at least one other person to help them get to that point. Okay, don't let them, don't let other people tell you that, because it's not right. What you want to do is have great communication with your team. Talk to your team. All right. Remember how I said setting up? That's communicate. Always talk to your team. Keep, practice. Even if you're doing skirmishes, all right. Or if you're in battlegrounds, practice this. Practice saying to yourself exactly what you're doing. All right. Say, I'm trapping priest, or I've just kicked the healer over there. Just keep that chatter going to yourself, because what it does when you get into competitive PvP in higher tier, you're already automatically just saying this stuff. It just comes automatically. You just start calling out when your burst's up, calling when you've kicked, calling when your trap's ready, things like that. That is key to winning a game. Okay, if you have no communication, you're going to go nowhere fast. And what that leads to is you starting to feel like you're not good enough, but, and then it just, if you're a bunch of good friends and you start fighting with each other, that's not a good team. Even though you're mates and stuff like that, you need to just say, look, our synergy is not working. You need to have a team that works well together within, whether it's winning, but especially when you lose, okay? When you lose, you want to make sure that you're not killing each other because you lost. So instead of killing each other, take a step back and say, why did we lose there? Understand what you did. Be able to take criticism from your team, okay? And say, you know what? You're right. My traps weren't on point, or I wasn't listening to you guys and I focused another target instead, okay? Communicate. Be one with your teammates and you will do great. Secondly, understanding other comps. Now this comes with practice. Do a lot of practice. Find out what comps are good at what, and how can you counter them, okay? Because if you say you love running jungle cleave, if you just say you love running jungle cleave, just understand how that team works and how to beat other comps, okay? That comes with practice, and being able to practice is key, okay? I love running battlegrounds all the time. Now look here, okay? Look how fast we could burst this guy down because we picked a target and we went for it. Now watch what happens. The druid comes out. We're able to kick him right now, trap him out. Game over, because we communicated. Which leads me to my next point. When you first start a match, like right here, we'll be talking about who we're going to target. Who we're going to target and who do we want to force the cooldowns out of first. So when you're going in, you have a game plan. Okay, your game plan, you know what to do, who's doing what first, how are we going to CC. You have it all ready before those gates open. If you don't, if you're not ready, or if you think straight up, game over, just leave. What's the point of doing it? Okay, just hang in there, guys. Practice and you'll do great. Trust me, you will do absolutely great. Now, we're going to get onto macros here real quick. And macros, like I said, you can see I've got Roar of Sacrifice, and you saw that I had freedoms for all my team. I use them all the time, and I'm sure you will too. Now you can see why I use my pet attack in my arcane shot, because I want my pet, once again, control. I want my pet to be attacking who I'm attacking. Okay, for in this case, we were forcing the cooldowns out of the mage, as you can see in the initial burst, and I wanted my pet to stay on him, no matter if I target someone else or if I was doing things. But then we switched later on in this game, switched to the rogue. Sorry, guys. We switched to the rogue. Now I want to make sure my pet's on point. So having that pet attack in the arcane shot macro, you know that your pet is going to go, oh, I'm switching. And yeah, you get the point. Okay, now you can see, now I'm casting Cobra Shot, right? Let's say right there. Okay, I'm in the middle of a cast. I'll go, oh crap, healer's about to cast right there. See that? Then I want to make sure that I stop casting to get a trap off or a kick. So in those macros, you saw that stop casting. That's why it's important. If you know that, all right, we're about to get a kill, I'm in the middle of a Cobra Shot to get some focus back. Oh, I've got a kick. It'll stop casting and you'll shoot that counter shot. Okay, it's important. Now, the same with your macros, really. Yeah, sorry, macros, your traps. You have that stop casting stuff. Now, Roar of Sacrifice, important to have it macroed for your different team members. So I use the party 1, 2, and 3, and Roar of Sacrifice, your Freedom for 1, 2, and 3 as well. So that allows me to have control over who I do and who I put it on and whatnot. Now, with your traps, okay, don't be loose with your traps, guys. Don't throw your traps around just because you can throw them around. Just be a sniper with your traps. Find that right time, trap them out. Now, what I like to do too is if I've got a Wyvern Sting, I'll Wyvern Sting them out of that. Alternatively, I like to slow them down, right? Slow the healer down with a concussive shot, then chuck a trap out, because they're moving a lot slower than normal, gives you a better chance to land that trap. Okay, just be vigilant with them. No, only shoot out a trap if you know you're going to be able to use it right. Other thing is your flare. Use that defensively, guys. If you're up against a rogue right here, you drop a flare down. Stop him from vanishing. You stop him from getting out of fight. He says as he didn't do it and the rogue just ran away. But keep that flare on point, guys. You know, make sure that, you know, druids, drop it down. Don't let them get into stealth. It's difference between a win or loss sometimes, you know. Like right there, healer just went invisible. Okay, and lastly, what I want to talk about is focus. Make sure you keep that healer on focus. I like to keep the healer on focus because, as you can see, I can see when he's casting. Okay, and the macro that I set up for focus target kick allows you to kick your focus target without leaving your main target. Okay, and that's very important, especially when it comes down to the last minute kill. Like you'll see right here, I focus the mage, the druid jumps down, I kick the healer, and the mage was dead. But it just goes to show you a way to keep on top of those, you know, those small things which will make you a better hunter at the end of the day. But, you know, and on that note, guys, that's all I have for you today. If you like this guide, please leave a like, comment down below, talk to me, guys. I want to help you out. And other than that, subscribe to the Ravenclaw team, guys. Be one with us. And until next time, take it easy.